We're the visionaries, man. What it do with y'all? Welcome back to another video out in there, bit. And I'm saying, now I want to talk to y'all about something today, man. And basically, I don't know how I'm going about this motherfucking video, but title of this video is going to be called "Why Cold Approaching Does Not Work." Now let me explain. Look, G, to all my people, including me, I'm an individual. I am very bold when it comes to approaching these hoes. I'm telling you what it is, man. Real talk. You know, and as a man, look, before I even get into that, if you are a person that is not afraid to approach women, my G, kudos to you, my G, because I'm just going to tell you the game. Not too many men, especially in this damn day and age. Look, man, this is basically what I want to talk about in this motherfucking video. But not too many people in this day and age is confident enough to go out and approach an individual it is that they don't know. I'm telling you what it is, man. Real talk. For you to be an individual that just, just sitting back and just approaching women and shit like that. I know it's this dude on TikTok, right? I forgot his name. I think his name is like Chris or something like that. Hey, man, even though he might be taking a whole lot of L's when it comes to that shit, at the end of the day, he's doing something that most men, he doing something that most men can't even dare to do out in this bitch. And them same men in this that I'm talking about be them same motherfuckers in them damn comment section laughing at his ass, when in reality he doing something it is that you can never do. I'm telling you what it is. So point I'm trying to get across is, if you are an individual that is out here just approaching women and shit like that, I respect that, my G. Real talk. It doesn't matter if you get rejected or not. That right there just shows how brave you are on some shit. I'm telling you what it is. And like I said, motherfucker, I do it on some shit. I'm telling you the game. Real talk, man. I still approach women to this damn day and shit like that. At this point, I'm doing it for fun. And also on top of that, real talk, I'm not expecting a certain outcome. That's the reason as to why you're afraid of approaching these hoes. You afraid. Here you go. You got to think about it. You're afraid to talk to a damn female. That don't make no damn sense. But it's not that you're afraid. You're afraid of this. You're afraid of the hoes breaking your self-esteem or some shit. You're afraid of her telling your ass, no, or I have a boyfriend. I'm married. Or these motherfuckers just gonna run away from your ass. I'm telling you what it is, man. Real talk. But that's what you're afraid of. You want to know why you're afraid of that shit? Because you're insecure, my G. And that's all of this I'm trying to say in this motherfucking video. Title of this video I said was "Why Cold Approaching Does Not Work." The reason as to why cold approaching does not work, my G, the reason as to why it don't work is simply because, like what I just said, insecurity. Insecurity is the reason as to why cold approaching does not work in this day and age. Insecurity is the reason for it being. So what do I mean by this? What do I mean? Look, G, we are literally in a day and age where 99% of the population self-esteem is at an all-time low out in this bitch. I'm telling you what it is. I'm gonna say this one more time because I'm telling you, you right here watching this video, like I said, here you go, right? When you approach a female or something like that, right? Females, I could watch y'all in as well some shit. But here you go, when you approach a person it is that you like, and then when they turn you down some shit, here you go, in your mind, you be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm ugly. Oh, is there something wrong with me? Oh, I'm unworthy. When in reality, motherfucker, that was not the reason as to why you're getting rejected on some shit. It could be, but I'm telling you right now, it's something called auto rejection. But before I even get with that though, so here you go. You be thinking there's something wrong with you. Every single time you get rejected on some shit, you always think it's something wrong about you. How about it was something positive about you on some shit? But you look, man, because you wrapped up in an illusion. And the illusion it is that you wrapped up in the same insecure ass shit as well. So both men and women is insecure in this day and age. I told you, 99% of the population is insecure. When a person is insecure, good thing I brought this up. What makes you think an insecure person is going to give your ass a confident outcome? Let me say this one more time. What makes you think an insecure individual is going to give you a confident outcome, my G? When a person is insecure, they're going to give you an insecure outcome. This is why here you are. I told you might be an individual that just approaching individuals left and right. And kudos to you. Kudos to you, man. But most of the time, what you may hear is, you may hear a whole lot of no's, or I have a boyfriend. But the reason for it being, it's not because they don't want to get with your ass. The reason as to why that's going on, look, man, it's a multitude of reasons. But one of the main reasons is what I'm talking about. And let me talk about the reasons right quick. One, they could be taken. Two, you are really not their type. And three, you probably really are their type. But what's happening is, right? What's happening is, that person is very insecure in the head. And when a person is insecure in the head, they're not going to be able to think straight. I don't know what the insecure person is thinking about. It could be a whole lot of things that they're thinking about. They could be thinking to themselves that you might play them in the future. They could be thinking to themselves that, it was someone that cheated on them in the past and shit like that. So basically, they're going to think that you're going to do the same exact thing. Or, another thing is, they probably looking at you. You might be a 10 out of 10 or some shit like that, right? So they're going to be looking at you. They're going to be saying like, I can't believe this is happening. Their dream came true or some shit like that. And then, like I just told you, you a 10 out of 10. So what's going to happen is they're going to self-sabotage simply because they don't feel like they deserve you on some shit. It's a whole lot of other things out in this bitch too, man. But we always come to the conclusion that there's something wrong with us. I ain't thinking like that. You got me fucked up. You think I'm gonna walk around this damn earth when I see a female some shit and I get rejected? You got me fucked up. If you think I'ma think that there's something wrong with me on some shit, there is no damn thing wrong with my ass. I'm telling you what it is. I'm a fly ass nigga. I'm attractive. Motherfucker, I'm a cool. Look, I dress cool. I look cool. I think cool. I'm on my motherfucking shit. I'm telling you what it is. So look, man, I'll be damned if I gotta sit back and I gotta think there's something wrong with my ass. You got me fucked up. I'm telling you what it is. But that's what most people are doing. And then when you think like that, that's why you're afraid of getting rejected, because you're afraid that you're afraid that the other person is gonna motherfucking drop your self-esteem or some shit. I don't look for validation from these motherfuckers. I'm telling you what it is. But just gave you the game. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man. But yeah, man. So I'm telling you, man. Auto rejection. Look, man. So let me talk about auto rejection right quick. What is auto rejection? Auto rejection is basically what I just said. Auto rejection is when you are a positive prospect, but what's happening is the other individual cannot believe that you are actually talking to them. I'm telling you what it is. So here you go. You doing your macking skills and shit like that. And what did I just say? They're gonna think in their head that you're above them on some shit. I'm gonna say this again. What makes you think an insecure individual is going to give you a confident outcome, my G? They will love to tell you yes, my G. Here you go. I'm gonna say this again. So let's do a little visual scene, some shit like that right quick. Just picture yourself, right? Picture yourself at a mall or some shit. You see a 10 out of 10 or some shit like that, and you on your A game that day. You don't look sloppy. You don't look like a damn sloth. You just on your A game in life or some shit like that, right? Just picture yourself doing that shit. And then just picturing that other individual just telling your ass no. Look, G, the other individual is not telling your ass no because they don't want to get with your ass. They will love to tell you yes. They will love to say we could go out sometime. They will love to say let's go out on a date. They will love to say all of that shit. But they can't. And the reason as to why they can't is simply because it's something going on internally with these motherfuckers. I'm telling you what it is. It's something it is that they are battling. So good thing I brought this up. Here you go, right, to all my men out here. Look, man, to all the men, we already know what is the biggest addiction that men have in this day and age. The number one addiction that men have is jacking off out in this bitch. You think these females ain't doing the same thing? You think these females ain't playing with themselves? You think these females ain't doing weird shit behind closed doors? I told you, y'all be putting these hoes on a damn pedestal on some shit. These females do the same thing like y'all. These females shit and pee just like you. I'm telling you, motherfucker, I be around females all the time out in this bitch. I told you what it is. And basically, I'm about to give you some game right quick. Look, man. Look, G, I got an opportunity to be around all the women and shit like that. When I first was around all the women and shit like that, I swear on my soul. Like, I remember one time, man. Look, man, I ain't trying to get too deep out in this bitch, but just know I have a dream job. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, though, man, the point I'm trying to get across is, female job. But point I'm trying to get across is basically when I first went into that break room, my G, you know, in my mind, right, I was thinking like, you know, females like, you know, they keep themselves together and shit like that, you know, like, you know, they just on their A game physically, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they just doing everything, they just on their A game and some shit. That's basically how I was thinking about these women when, you know, when I ain't have the abundance and some shit. Now, motherfucker, when I finished leaving out, when I first went into that break room, when I first started that shit, man, shit was everywhere. I'm telling you what it is, and it's not even just that. You know, here you go. So let's say you think you see some like some beautiful women watching you or some shit like that, right? When you see like pretty women watching you and shit like that, that would be the time where you like, let's say you trip up over your shoe and shit like that, or you just like, you know, you stumble upon your words, or you know, you probably got something on your lip. These hoes got the same thing. I'm telling you, man, the ones that you be putting on the pedestal like that, I'm telling you what it is. They do the same. Here they be motherfucking tripping over they shoes and shit like that. These motherfuckers be tongue twisted and shit. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is not perfect, is what it is I'm trying to say. I'm telling you it again. But the reason as to why I brought that up, all of this I'm trying to tell you is these females are doing the same thing that y'all men are doing. Y'all men be jacking off all day. You think these females ain't doing that shit? Y'all men got negative thinking out in this bitch. You know, here you go. When you see a female, right, you automatically think that they're gonna reject you. You think these females ain't doing the same thing? Basically what I'm talking about in this damn video. Insecurity is the reason why cold approaching would not work, my G. I'm telling you the game. Motherfucker, I know what it is that I be talking about on some shit. So let me bring this up again. So like I said before, man, most men in this day and age beat off on a consistent basis. I'm just going to tell you this, man. I remember back in my high school days, right? When I had the addiction, man, I'm telling you, G. Motherfucker, in my high school days, man, I used to motherfucking beat off 3 times a day. I'm telling you what it is, man. But when I was doing that, though, literally 3 times every day, when I was doing that, I had no attraction to these hoes, my G. In real life. Look, I remember one time, man. It was one of the most prettiest, popular females in my school and shit like that. I had the opportunity to talk to her as back in my high school days and shit like that. At the end of the day, it's not even just with her. I remember it was a couple females back in my high school days were trying to get with me and shit like that. I had no motivation to get with their ass. I had no attraction to get with their ass. You want to know why? Simply because I was doing some weird ass shit behind closed doors. So the point I'm trying to get across is when people in this day and age keep on playing with themselves and shit like that, then what's going to happen is you're not gonna look at the opposite gender in real life, is what I'm trying to say, simply because all you know is some digital ass shit. I know you probably heard the term, like, you know, you can't compete with a motherfucking, like, a female, you know, they be having like the D word that rhymes with dildos. You know what I'm saying? You can't compete with that shit. You want to know why you can't compete with that? Simply because that's not the real thing. But they're doing it every day. Same goes with you. Here you go. Your eyes keep on viewing women through a damn screen. So when it's time to see some women in real life and some shit like that, you don't know what to say to these hoes. And on top of that, you're not going to be attracted to these hoes. You're not going to be attracted to do anything or some shit. I'm telling you the reason as to why code approaching ain't working, my G. I'm telling you the reason why, because people's heads ain't right, my G. Look, man, we are living in a very sexless ass time, but yet we are living in the most sexualized time, but yet individuals are the most sexless that they have ever been on some shit. And the reason for it being is because y'all doing weird shit behind closed doors. Y'all doing some goofy ass shit behind closed doors. Y'all constantly beating off. Y'all constantly looking at the other gender digitally. Y'all keep on fantasizing. Y'all not doing shit in real life, is what I'm saying. So when y'all got some opportunity to do some things in real life, and you know, when y'all have opportunity to do things in real life, y'all don't take it. And the reason as to why y'all don't take it is simply because y'all not used to that shit. Y'all not used to it. And then here you go, right? Let me talk about another thing it is I used to do. Right? I used to just sit back and just, in my mind, I'm telling you, this is what females do all the time. You want to know the reason as to why females got all these, what they always want in a damn man? They want a man to be confident. They want a man to be rich. They want a man to be funny. They want a man to have nice style. They want a man to look cool. They want a man to be cool. They want a man that's popular. They want a man that has a whole lot of women. They want a man that got a nice car. You want to know as to why they doing all of that shit? Simply because in their mind, they keep on fantasizing about that shit. I'm telling you what it is. So then here they go in their mind. What's happening, right? Like I just told you, they keep on visualizing about their ideal partner. They keep on visualizing themselves going on movie dates, dinner dates, picnic dates. They keep on doing all this shit in their mind. So then when it's an opportunity to do it in real life, right, what's going to happen is that person it is that they see in real life or some shit, y'all ain't gonna match up to these motherfuckers' expectations. I'm telling you what it is. Like I said, I used to do this shit. Here I go, right? I'm just visualizing myself just being around all the hottest women and shit like that, right? Visualizing myself being around all the hottest women and shit like that. They just the most perfect of the perfect women or some shit, right? So then what happened is, these females ain't gonna meet up to my expectations. And on top of that, let's say if I did see a female it is that I truthfully wanted or some shit, like I just told you, in my mind, I'm Hugh Hefner in my damn mind, right? But then in reality, when I try to reenact what was happening in what I was doing in my mind, right? When I was trying to reenact that shit in real life, and then when one of these hoes rejected me or some shit like that, I got butthurt. I'm telling you what it is. But the reason as to why I got butthurt though is simply motherfucking because I kept on fantasizing about this shit in my damn mind. I'm telling you what it is. So, but trying to think of some other things I could talk about in this video, man, because I'm gonna say this one more time. I think I said it early in the video. Not too many people in this day. Look, man, I'm gonna say, look, man. We are, like I said, we are living in a very sexless time, bro. we are living in the most sexualized time, but yet we are living in a very sexless ass time. So what I'm trying to get across is it's only gonna get worse, my G. It's only gonna get worse. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you what it is. It's gonna be a whole lot of you motherfuckers. Y'all gonna meet the woo as a motherfucking V word. I'm telling you what it is. And it's really sad or some shit. Me personally on some shit, I said I'll be damned. I'm telling you what it is. But I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen to a whole lot of y'all. And then here you go, you keep on y'all keep on playing with yourselves behind closed doors. That's only gonna make it even worse. What was I just talking about? When you're doing this goofy ass shit behind closed doors, and then here you go, when you're trying to reenact it in real life, you're gonna get butthurt. I'm telling you what it is. But the point I'm trying to get across is, man, all it is I'm trying to say in this video, man, cold approaching really does not work, my G. I'm telling you what it is. Now, like I said, to all the individuals that is brave enough to keep on trying and shit like that, you're gonna get it, my G. I'm telling you what it is. Simply because not every person in the world is gonna reject your ass. I'm telling you what it is, man. And that's part of the abundance mentality. And also, it's not even just with that. You need to have that I don't give a fuck if you get rejected or not mentality on some shit. Because as long as you keep on, because this is what's stopping y'all. I'm telling you, I know how it feels, B. What's stopping, look, man, what's stopping you to approach the opposite gender? This goes for both men and women. What's stopping you to approach the opposite gender is you thinking in your mind that they're going to destroy your ego. I'm telling you what it is. And you want to know something, man? 9 times out of 10, I told you, when a person is insecure, also, I think that's the fourth reason as to why you may get rejected. Look, G. When a person is insecure, right, I told you it might be an individual that probably did them wrong back in the day. That's still insecurity, though. So what's going to happen is a person is going to get their get back. So here they go. Let's say you see a female at a mall or some shit like that, right? And you know good and well y'all could be together on some shit. If that female is single on some shit, if that female is single and you look like a positive prospect and y'all look like y'all a perfect couple out in this bitch. Look, G, there's no reason on God's green earth as to why she rejected your ass. But you want to know why she rejected you on some shit? One of the reasons as to why she might reject you is simply because, like I just told you, these females are insecure. So what's going to happen is it might be an individual in her past or some shit like that did her wrong. So what's going to happen is she's going to look at that interaction, right? She's going to look at it. She's probably going to say like, let me get my get back. So when you ask ask for the number or some shit like that, or when you ask, can we get to know each other even more, some shit like that, she gonna reject your ass. And she gonna reject your ass for a damn ego boost. You want to know why she needs the ego boost and some shit? Simply because she's insecure. She's insecure about what happened to her past and some shit like that. Like I said, it could have been a dude that did her wrong back in the day. Could have been someone that she really liked and they didn't like her back or some shit. So she want to get her get back. I told you, you probably do the same. You probably do the same thing too. Like I said, man, this goes for both men and women on some shit. I'm telling you the game. But yeah, man. But point I'm trying to get across is, so if you're look, man, you know, so like I said before, if you still want to do cold approaching, kudos to you. Like I said, I'm still gonna do it as well. Some shit. I do it for fun, my G. I told you, I do it for fun. I'm not expecting anything. Look, man, the last thing you can do on this damn earth is to expect anything from these damn hoes. I'm telling you, man, I don't expect it. I don't expect nothing from these hoes, B. I don't. You can't. Because when you expect, look, man, expectations is the thing that's gonna fuck you up. It's not, look, man, let me bring up the crush example right quick. I always bring up the crush example. Let's say you got a crush, right? Let's say you got a crush. So what happens when you have a crush? When you have a crush, right, what's going to happen when you have a crush is basically you're going to tend to think about your crush 24/7. You're going to tend to fantasize about your crush. You're going to tend to fantasize about your crush, visualize your crushes. You're just thinking about your crush, imagining your crush doing some fun ass shit like going on picnic dates, dinner dates, movie dates. You just in your mind. You just in your mind doing some fun ass shit, right? So you know, it might be a point in time, right? It might be a point in time where you're going to say, I can't take this shit no more. I got to say something to them. So what's going to happen is, right, you're going to say, you're going to finally take the approach, and you're going to approach your crush or some shit like that, right? So, you know, because you can't take just thinking about that shit no more. So what's going to happen is, right, you created all these scenarios in your mind, right? You created all of these attachments, all of these expectations. And then when you finally approach your crush, right, 9 times out of 10, most individuals don't get their crush. So when you finally approach your crush and shit like that, right, and then when they turn you down, and then, it's not even just that, these motherfuckers probably turn your ass down, probably didn't even think about you the same way, and on top of that, they probably laughed at your ass. I'm telling you what it is. But if they do that shit, then what's going to happen is you're the one that's going to end up butthurt. You want to know why you're going to end up butthurt? It's not because the other person made your ass butthurt. She didn't break your heart, my G. And if you're a female watching this, he didn't break your heart and some shit like that. No. You're the one that broke your heart. And the reason as to why you broke your heart, you're the one that broke your own heart. And the reason as to why you broke your own heart is some shit like that. The reason as to why you broke your own heart or some shit like that is simply because you placed all of these attachments when none of that shit was real. You can't, I told you, you cannot, look, man, you can't control, you can never control another person, my G. You can't. They could do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do. This is why I'm very heavy on living in reality, my G. I don't live in some damn la la land. I don't live in no damn dream world, fantasy world. No, if there's something it is that I want to do that shit in real life. I'm telling you what it is. And if it don't go the way it is I want it to go in real life or some shit, then that's cool. I accept reality for what it is. But as long as you keep on living in la la land, as long as you keep on being in dream world and shit like that, here you're gonna get butthurt out in this bitch because it ain't real. Because here you go, you was expecting it to go a certain way. You was expecting this ideal positive outcome or some shit like that, but it didn't go that way. So you're perceiving that outcome as a negative outcome. Whereas if you just accept the reality for what it is or some shit, then you wouldn't give a fuck. But last thing I want to talk about in this video though, man. So two more things, man. So back to that. So if you're a person that keep on cold approaching and shit like that, kudos to you, man. Respect to you. Like I said, keep on having that abundance mentality and keep on having that I don't give a fuck mentality. If you keep on having that I don't give a fuck, if I get rejected and not mentality. Because when you get unfazed by rejection and shit like that, then you'll realize that you can approach any female it is that you want. But you gotta erase that feeling of getting butthurt. I'm telling you what it is. That feeling of getting butthurt after you get rejected is the only thing that's holding you back. This goes to anyone that's trying to approach. And I just told you how to motherfucking stop getting butthurt. You gotta live in the present moment. You gotta live in the present moment, and you gotta accept reality, and you gotta accept any outcome it is that you got. You just gotta live in the present moment and accept it. I'm telling you what it is, man. The last thing I want to talk about is, shout out to Dan Bilzerian, my G. I look up to Dan Bilzerian. And Dan Bilzerian Dan Bilzerian got all the women in the damn world. So all it is I'm trying to say, motherfucker, I learned from individuals that got what it is that I want. Or I learned from individuals that is successful at whatever it is that they're successful in. So Dan Bilzerian in an interview, right? Dan Bilzerian, last thing I'm gonna talk about when it comes to that shit, motherfucker, my best advice I'll give to you is emulate the ones that are successful out in this bitch. It can be in any area. But anyways, man, so Dan Bilzerian, right? Dan Bilzerian said in an interview one time, basically he give out dating advice, you know what I'm saying? And basically, I'll never forget what the fuck it is that he said, and it's 100% facts. Basically, he was saying, like, you know, here you go. Basically, with what I was talking about, some shit. You might, let's say you an individual, right? You say, let's say you an individual and you seen a person it is that you like. You know, let me use some example right quick. So let's say you a man, right? You're a man, and then you went to a store to some store some shit like that, right? And you seen a female, and basically what he was talking about was, you know, when you approach that female, right? When you approach that female, then what's going to happen is, on her end, right, she's gonna be looking at all the things that's wrong for your ass. You know, it is that, and also it's auto rejection. You know, she's gonna be insecure as well. You know, to like an attractive individual. To an attractive individual, I told you, she's not, look, to the attractive people, she's not looking at you, or people is not looking at you in a negative way when you are attracted. So if you are a attractive person that still got rejected, it's not because there's something wrong with you. But if you did get rejected and you're not an attractive person, they're looking at you like there's something wrong. I'm telling you what it is. But to all the to the attractive people and the non-attractive people, if y'all both got rejected, right? You know, basically what's going to happen is, you know, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get rejected. And the reason as to why you're going to get rejected, the underlying reason as to why you're going to get rejected, is simply because you are the one that's approaching. You are the one that is approaching. So the ball is in their court. So that's basically what he was talking about. So, you know, so basically, you know, if you are not an attractive person, they're going to be looking at you, you know, the person it is that you're trying to get with, they're going to be looking at all the things that's wrong for you and shit like that. So let's say, so basically, you know, and let's say if y'all did get to smash or some shit like that, y'all did get to smash, basically they're gonna be thinking in their head like, oh, why did I do that for? Oh, you know, that person drives a fucked up car. Or that person, that person, he's broke. Or that person, they won't really, they was a loser. You know what I'm saying? That's how these motherfuckers gonna look at your ass when you are the one that's approaching, if you are a unattractive individual. Now, if you're an attractive individual, they're gonna be scared shitless. They can't believe it. They're going to do the same exact thing. If you are an attractive and if you are an attractive person, you're going to get rejected. But you're not getting rejected for the same exact reasons. You're still going to get rejected. You're going to get rejected because they're scared of your ass. If you are a unattractive individual, you're going to get rejected because they don't want your shit. I'm telling you what it is. But point I'm trying to get across is, so basically he was saying that when you do the approaching, you're going to get rejected. Now, what's going to happen is you need to find, look, so this is why I want to talk about in this video. You need to find, look, man, me personally on some shit, at this point in time, my G, I got me a cheat code. You need to have a cheat code, or you need to do whatever. Look, man, you need to find a way where you have the other gender approaching you. That's how you're going. Look, man, when you have the other gender doing all the work, that's how you know you're going to get this shit. Let me say this one more time. When you have the other gender, right? When you have the other gender approaching you and doing all the work, that's when you're going to get what it is that you truthfully want. But as you could clearly see, when you try to do all the work and some shit like that, right? When you try to get all the shit popping, for some odd ass reason, it never work or some shit, right? Real talk. But when they do the work, right? So let's say you're a man, right? Like I said, look at Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian got all the women in the world. And he said in an interview, he let women come to him. This is the person that got all the girls in the world, my G. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. and it's not even just with that. Look at the females. Look, man, for some odd ass reason, all these females could get all the dudes it is that they want or some shit, and they don't even try. So what the fuck you think you should do? Your ass should not try. But the point I'm trying to get across is, right, you need to find a way where these females, you need to find a way where these individuals approach you instead of you approaching them. Because when they approach you, then what's going to happen is the ball is going to be in your court. But as long as you keep on approaching them, then the ball is going to be in their court. And like I just told you, most individuals in this day and age is insecure. I'm telling you what it is. So when a person is insecure, they're going to give you an insecure outcome. But if you have a person, if you have an individual that is trying to approach you on some shit, if you have an individual that's trying to get with you on some shit like that, then what's going to happen is you have the ball in your court, so you can do what it is that you want to do. I'm telling you the game. I'm telling you what it is, man. And that's basically where it is that I'm at the current moment of some shit. At this point for me, my G, at this point for me, I'm letting these females come to me on some shit. Now, like I said before, look, man, I don't mind approaching these hoes. I'm telling you what it is. I do this shit for fun. I'm a bold ass nigga, so I can do it. You feel me? But if you're not bold like me on some shit like that, if you want dating partners, then my best advice I give to you, man, you better find your ass a damn cheat code. I'm telling you, look, man, I got me a cheat code out in this bitch. I got me a cheat code to make women approach me. I'm telling you, motherfucker, I remember one time, G, when I first started doing this cheat code. Man, I remember one time it was like I remember one time it was this straight 10 out in this. This motherfucker came out of nowhere. I'm saying, what the fuck? I'm telling you what it is, man. But you know, the reason as to why she came was simply because I was using the cheat code out in this bitch. She wanted me to motherfucking she wanted to come to the hotel because I was in a different state at the time. I'm telling you what it is. And then also, it was another female when I first started doing this shit. It was another female that came out of the damn blue. Point I'm trying to get across is, that's what happens though. When you have females approaching you, then what's going to happen is, voila. Telling you, man. Motherfucker, I know what the fuck it is I be talking about. But, so let me say this one more time. My G. Like I said, shout out to Dan Bilzerian, and I might make a separate video for this. I might. Shout out to Dan Bilzerian, man, because in an interview, he was saying that when you do the approaching, 9 times out of 10, it will never work. I'm not saying that it won't work. It will be a 10% chance it will not. I mean, it will be a 10% chance that it will work. It's called the 90-10 rule, or the 70-20 or some 80-20, some shit like that rule, because you're going to have more no's than yeses. But so it's gonna be a 90% chance you're gonna get rejected. And it's gonna be a 10% chance you're gonna if you keep on doing it, you're gonna get what it is that you want. Feel me? Real talk. But anyways, what he was saying though was you could do that. You can code approach. But what is more effective than code approaching? What's more effective than code approaching is when you have the opposite gender approaching you. When you have the opposite gender approaching you, then voila, that's how easy it'll be. This is literally coming from Dan Bilzerian himself or some shit. Dan Bilzerian stated himself. He got all the women in the world, my G. If you don't want to hear from me on some shit, go look at Dan Bilzerian. Motherfucker, I told you, man. I be around all the bitches too on some shit. So I mean, you could listen to me as well. I'm telling you what it is. But I'm tongue twisted out in this bitch. But real talk though, man. Real talk. Listen to Dan Biz. Listen to the ones that are successful in dating, my G, so you can become successful in dating as well. I'm telling you what it is. I know what the fuck it is I be talking about. So like I said, you need to find a cheat. Look, man, I got me a cheat code out in this bitch. I got me a cheat code where I can make women come to me on some shit. I'm telling you what it is. I got me a cheat code. You can find a cheat code, or it's another way you could do it. It's whatever these hoes are attracted to. If these hoes are attracted to your money, if these hoes are attracted to your car, if these hoes are attracted to your good looks, if these hoes are attracted to you because you're famous, you're pop, I don't know, whatever the fuck. You need to find a way to make these hoes approach you. Like I said, man, look at the ones that are successful in dating. You think Drake is out here approaching females and some shit? No, they are approaching him. You think Dan Bilzerian is out here approaching females and some shit? No, they are approaching him. You think who's some other motherfucker? You think anybody that got some stat? You like AT? I can't say the name. You know, AT even said he got females giving him love letters and shit like that. Motherfucker, he not approaching these hoes. I'm telling you what it is. But point I'm trying to get across is when you have them doing all the work, then what's going to happen is it's going to work. Let me say this one more time. When you have the opposite gender doing all the work, then what's going to happen is it's going to work. Why you think these females do what the fuck it is that they do? These females began dudes left and right to DM they ass, left them motherfucking right. They don't even do a damn thing. All they do is just look the part. What the fuck you think you should do on some shit? Look the damn part. I'm telling you what it is. Anyways, man, so it's a 34-minute video out in this bitch. And, you know, and the reason that's why it's a 34-minute video on some shit is because I know how it feels, bro. I know how it feels, you know, like 9 times out of 10, you're going through something called a dry spell. I'm telling you what, I know how it feels to go through a dry spell on some shit, man. It suck ass, because what's going to happen is you're going to be thinking in your head you can't get the opposite gender. Motherfucker, didn't you have a girlfriend like 5 years ago and some shit? Didn't you have a female go get butt naked for your ass or some shit like that? Like it could have been like a year ago, 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. So what? I mean, obviously you could pull bitches, or if you're a female watching this, obviously you could pull a nigga. So should I just use it in a more cleaner term? Obviously you could pull the opposite gender, but what's happening is you're in a dry spell, and that shit sucks because it's going to mess up your self-esteem. And then when you're in a dry spell, basically with this video, when you keep on trying to approach the opposite gender, and when it's not working, you're going to think you can't get the opposite gender. Like I just told you, you obviously you can get the opposite gender on some shit. But yeah, man, so I'm telling you what it is, man. Like I said, I know how that dry spell shit feels, man. I'm telling you what it'll fuck up your brain out in this bitch. But yeah, man, other than that though, man, I feel like I got my point across out in this motherfucking video, man. I feel like I got my point across in this video, so can't think of everything. If I do think of anything else out in this bitch, man, I'm probably make a part 2. This is a long ass video. So if you like this video on some shit, stay tuned for some more videos, and we out. Peace up.